Oh my God, I'm so excited. That is what's gonna cause the death of your Discovery 3.
We're gonna fix all this here along. It's nowhere through. This is all fixable, okay? I think I got about 10% done.
Oh my God. And
so this chemical process is now completed.
so Christian did an amazing job yesterday.
So we're gonna have to drill most of them out and put rivet nuts in.
What the?
Then...
I don't want to hear that. Look at that. Oh, it's gonna last for another 20 years. What if he tips over? So that was actually pretty easy, moving that car.
You missed it.
Oh, it's still attached.
Everybody wants to know how this is to be removed, and you missed it. There we go. The top row is clipped. The bottom row are just removable rivets.
Yeah, and I even collected some dirt.
Got it?
So out of all ideas, that is by far the dumbest.
No, I'm leaving my trolley on.
Ah!
This way my lift is actually not sitting under the body and I can paint the whole thing. How smart is that?
You're gonna die. You are...
This is all stable.
Oh no.
2 and 8 bolts hold that weight here.
Holy shit. Oh my God. So, out of that dumb idea is...
So this design was not intended to be lifted here at this point. So now we got a huge shear on those 2 M8 bolts here. So we're gonna have to put a weld over this here and a weld down here to strengthen this further, because I'm afraid those 4.4 Chinese bolts, which are partially in here, are gonna rip off. Everything is safety first here. So this is definitely gonna fix my 4.4 strength bolts. So this is definitely not gonna drop anymore. And of course it was really wise to weld this while the car is already up.
So everybody is so concerned about the frame, which is thick steel, a boxed leather frame with thick material. You guys should be worrying about your body. That is what's gonna cause the death of your Discovery 3.
So we're gonna take off all the heat shields and everything?
Yeah, and the carpet. And then Christian's gonna, oh, I can look inside my car. And then we're gonna do everything we did to the frame, to the body. I was only gone for 5 minutes.
It's always 5 minutes, every 5 minutes.
That is not true. Oh my God.
I want to rip the least amount of bolts possible.
Yeah,
you know,
I know where the insurance papers are. I'm in close proximity to you, so if that car drops, I'm gonna die too. Robin, you know where our insurance papers are?
This heat shield.
Oh my God.
Coming on second.
Behind you?
Oh.
Oh, thank God I was not standing there, because that is my spot. So now the carpet has to come off.
Yeah, this one is pretty bad.
Yeah.
This is not only surface rust. No. This is the drain from the air conditioning, whatever.
Oh.
So it's rinsing on the transmission. That's a very intelligent solution.
So removing the brake lines, I actually hope we have enough.
Brake line material?
Yes.
So there's one.
Oh my God. He's gonna have to bend it and flare it.
I'm gonna get these comments about dry ice blasting. Dry ice blasting is a method to clean something. Dry ice cleaning is for Sarah in June, who wants to clean up an old Toyota on the underside, which doesn't have a speck of rust. That was my plan.
Oh my God, I'm so excited.
So just as a summary, rough up, when was it the last time we worked on this?
Oh, it was a couple of weeks ago.
Yes, because there was Fabian's car in between, which took
caused
more than a week.
I caused two weekends with my hospital stay.
And then we had a 3-week vacation. We are now probably 6 or 8 weeks past our schedule. We're gonna run out of time. Once the temperature drops and the days get shorter, I can't paint this thing anymore. Well, my plan is, of course, to be done in 2 days and a half.
Yeah, it's my plan too.
So all I want to do now is actually get the rust away in the areas where we're gonna attach the 2-post lift to the body. You're standing on my table.
So now, sketchy. Don't lift him up too far.
Huh?
Because we have to remove the hospital bed and it's heavy. Yeah.
Can you get away from under the car?
Yes. Out from the hospital bed and onto the operating table.
Okay, I'm gonna remove all body mount plugs, which gonna be subject of painting here. Destroy them.
Yeah, please don't.
This was Mercedes-Benz under chassis paint.
2 years old.
Yeah, and here you can see it's really bad. So we gotta get in here, there. We're gonna fix all this here along. It's nowhere through. This is all fixable, okay?
Not yet.
You remember you don't want to hit your head on one of those studs?
Oh, Christian has
then
been
we
yelling
have
at
to
me all
interrupt.
morning.
What she doesn't expect is that the 2-post lift is changing height. When she walked through one time, it worked, and the second time she hits her head. I'm such an experienced husband.
Oh, you're such an...
One more?
Yeah.
Wow, there are many of them here. Did
Yeah.
I take that out on the other side?
No, you didn't.
Well, it might be dirt.
It's dirt.
It's dirt.
Yeah.
Why don't you just put it in a chemical bath? Just like the other guy who said, why don't you just turn the frame around? Actually, I saw a video where somebody turned the frame around. So
He did, but...
why didn't this guy make that comment before I made the video? So here you can see the progress I make with very little effort. But I'm gonna have to get my respirator on and we're gonna show this entire thing as a time lapse. And what we're gonna do afterwards, when I have it all de-rusted, is we're gonna treat it with a rust converter, which can be overpainted. So that's the next step.
Why don't you just use Lenogard? Yes, please don't.
Okay, I'm gonna lecture on the Lenogard versus rust converter and paint and a proper job when we're done.
Yeah.
Right. So this is after the first go around. I think I gotta do a lot more. Still not done. A lot more to be done.
So let me show you Christian's new tan. Oh my God. Look at all that dirt.
Yeah, I would say I got about a quarter.
Yes.
Let's go to lunch.
Yeah, I made lunch. Bought these in Hurricane into my toolbox. Christian has a lot more grinding to do, and for some reason he doesn't want my help. I don't know why. Oh my God, I'm getting blasted. Look at that. That cleaned up really nice. It looks perfect. Here also. Wonder what happened here. Usually the tire change places, they don't know how to lift a Discovery. You sound like Darth Vader.
I think I got about 10% done.
Oh my God, and he has been grinding for about 3 hours or 4. He's almost finished with the back.
I'm done to here.
Yes, but you have already done the sides. And
I remember in the Alps.
In the Alps?
In the Alps, when I set the car, when I bottomed it out, it was on that pass where we went through the tunnel on the other side, I backed up onto a stone. It's on video.
I blamed it on the tire shop.
It slipped.
That is all sand colored and not rust colored.
Well, it's because we ground off a lot of old paint. We had just big discussions about the thumbnail.
He had to Google the Huda girls, which will be really bad for his Instagram algorithm. Now I understand how he wants me to post on the thumbnails.
Here, now she was concerned that she is wearing rubber boots, but remember, it's an English car.
Yes, I'm gonna get new rubber boots.
Okay.
For the winter.
So we're gonna get all this dust here out of the way because we're gonna clean the underbody now. The rust converter I will be using is not sensitive to water, so even if the surface is a little bit wet, it will actually prolong the curing time of the rust converter and make it better. Power wash it tonight, wait a little bit, and tomorrow apply the rust converter.
Yes. Still have to fix our little mishap in one of the Alps tunnels.
Okay.
Yep.
So the areas which were extremely corroded, like right here on this side and over there, they are basically to bare metal. Now watch when I apply this. Boy, it smells terrible.
So you want your respirator?
No, it's not much what we do. We only do the bare metal areas. Okay.
And please miss out that. Oh, it will be so beautiful.
I don't know about that. It's brown because we used water yesterday evening, so it built overnight a small layer of rust.
Yeah. So I'm multitasking.
This is no Leno guard. This is a rust converter. And you can see what it does. It turns that metal basically black. And this black surface is a hard coating. And it's not supposed to be mechanically disturbed afterwards. So once I have this on here, completely covered, I do not want to grind anymore. I just want to wash it off with water and then paint it. This is really important. Otherwise I destroy this surface. So it's not suitable as a sole underbody protection. But once I got it over painted, the paint works as a protective layer.
Yeah, and I have to light.
And that's really it. Very simple process.
Yeah. So my lamp is flickering. I cannot believe we are actually working on the body now.
Every day we work on the body now is one step closer to having a burnout syndrome, I tell you that.
Yes, and apparently you guys also have a burnout syndrome. The views on my Discovery 3 rebuild are really bad. So if you guys are not interested in Land Rover content anymore, we are considering looking at the new Toyota Land Cruiser 200.
Finally, after so much time, the last good thing they designed what looked awesome was an FJ. So the new Toyota, man, that's a nice thing, and we are thinking about getting one of those. And it's certainly a question of the price, okay? If they also go nuts like the guys from Grenadier, we're not gonna do that.
Actually, one guy commented on the video of the first part of our USA vacation, why didn't you fly your Land Rover over? Why didn't we fly our Land Rover over?
Ship it over is right now about $6,000 to $10,000 US. Flying it over is what you do when you own a Maybach and when your name is Donald Trump. Desktop mechanics. Yeah, maybe that was a desktop traveler, I don't know.
Well, he didn't mean it.
He didn't mean it, of course.
I think some guys really do think we earn a fortune with YouTube. We don't.
Okay.
It's a hobby.
We get the paint paid by the video, what I have in here. If you guys watch it, If nobody watches it, I'm getting that bottle what I used to make my paint bottle with paint. That's it. That's why we thank our Patreons, okay? Because they make this possible, not YouTube.
Yeah.
But we get the Patreons through YouTube. Apparently right now, from all the new vehicles being released, the Toyota, not being as huge, having a decent engine, it's a turbocharged engine suitable for Europe, it looks good, and we want to replace the Discovery. It's not so easy, okay? Because we are spoiled.
Yeah, we are badly spoiled. And we will not replace that one.
No, we're certainly not replacing this one, where I had such a nice burnout syndrome on. Again, we have no affiliation, and we also do not want an affiliation. I want to show you the product I'm using. If you post some product on YouTube, anything you see here in the background, we can potentially get written up here in Germany.
Yeah.
That's why we have to be careful with brands. But I want you guys to see what I used. I used this before, and I got it recommended from my farmer friends originally. They know what's best if stuff is rusting, okay? Listen to the farmers. Here, I show you guys this quickly.
You didn't mean...
I didn't mean this. It turned dark. So this chemical process is now completed. For example, here, see this body mount here? You can see there was some paint still left on here. But here where it turned dark, it converted this rusty metal, and this process is now completed. What I gotta do now is wash off the excess, because it does say it in the manual.
Yeah.
Yeah, the water is hot. And it's not dangerous for the environment. I checked this.
Yeah.
That's the process they say. You just rinse it off.
Yeah.
So one thing is 100% clear. It would not be possible to do this in cold weather. Because I got all the body closures open, okay? All the excess blood. I'm spraying water inside the body if I'm not careful, and this would never dry up. But we're gonna have 36 degrees tomorrow. It will basically dry every water inside.
Yeah.
But by the way, the car paint job on a car is the most energy-consuming process by building a car. 45% of the energy used to build a car goes into the paint tube.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, it's perfect.
Perfect. And it's completely clean now, see?
Yeah.
I also got it like on a light spray.
Yeah, so no power washing.
No power really. I can basically blow the stuff all out through the pinch well. So I got everything clean inside. I got all the dust out. I can put basically the chassis preservation stuff right in there from Mercedes-Benz. That's the one I'm gonna use here now.
He's not wearing his bump head, and guess how many times he's already hit his head?
Yeah, about a dozen times.
Yes. So next to grinding, masking is Christian's second least favorite part of a car restoration. I can tell you that. We have been working already for 1.5 hours, and only now am I starting to film.
We're not gonna make a big masking video. All you need to do is watch some how to wrap your Christmas gifts videos on YouTube, and that's all you need to know.
That is like painter's masking tape, and that is really flimsy and thin, and I bought Aldi heavy-duty trash bags. So maybe that is a tip you might use.
But you could use this also to wrap your Christmas gifts, okay? Yeah. So,
Don't
see,
cut my
for example here, and it will wrap my door on the inside and on the outside, all in once.
Yeah.
Doesn't that look beautiful?
Yes.
So, like I said, all I had to do is watch a video how to wrap your Christmas gifts. That's it. It's not very complicated. We got a Grenadier in our driveway. There's a passenger here. And if you check this out, the Grenadier, you know, complains if you're not buckled up. So he's got this adapter plugged in here, and the adapter has like a bore on it. How cool is that, huh? So he doesn't need to buckle up when he drives around in the woods. Pretty cool thing, I think.
First spec of rust protection. So Christian did an amazing job yesterday painting the rust protection. It was a lot of work, especially the masking. We had to leave the door open and it rained last night, so oh, it's gonna last for another 20 years. Look at that, you know. So here, that was especially bad. You can see here it was really rust. Oh, that's not dry yet. Shit, he wants to paint now.
Here's a trick out of the old days. I'm using aluminum foil, okay, aluminum for the Americans, to mask cables and stuff, which is much easier later on to get off than tape, okay? So just wrap around aluminum foil. This is an old trick I learned in the United States from our painter crew back then when we painted our machinery. The previous coat of underbody protection is still sticky, so the paint's not drying on this, versus where I'm down to bare metal. It cured really well. So I'm not gonna care about this. I'm gonna put on the black coat now as soon as possible. And this has later on weeks to dry, because otherwise I run out of time and I'm gonna run out of good weather. Today it's nice and warm, but next week it's gonna be rainy. Right now everything is nice and warm again. We got about 30 degrees, so I will continue.
So the underbody gets painted black. So 45 minutes later.
Most horrible job ever.
Only the air compressor is acting up a little bit, and Christian is worried that we are running out of paint, but everything else is going smoothly.
We can continue with another color if we run out of paint.
Oh, that's true. We got green, olive green. Scratching the last drops. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Not much.
Can I use a brush and...
50% of the paint will be on the floor. Then you will be walking around in it, and then you will drag it everywhere.
That might be...
True. Okay. I gotta open my breather hole.
Yes.
Which is this one. It's no time for a new compressor.
No time for a new compressor.
So I get a V8.
A compressor. Yes, I'd love that. So look at that. All painted black. Christian did an incredible job. Everything looking beautiful. Especially here. Now we're going to apply the underbody protection, especially in that area here. And here. There's one more step missing. Like, I don't even know what the English word is. Hohlraumversiegelung. So he finally bought a new, it's a container.
Exactly. Yeah.
With a lid. And a freezer hole, hopefully.
I spent $9.99.
No more juice bottle.
You can see how much stuff is here on my bench. That's about how confused I am. Yeah. Because when the sun is not out, it's easier to see where we're still missing paint. So that's what we're gonna do now. It's a little bit in the evening already. Vera doesn't need one because she is only there for those short moments where we film, and the other 2.5 hours I spray alone.
So, you know, in the dark, you see the spots he missed. Here, you know, and here. So last bits and pieces, and then he will not paint anything for the next couple of years.
I'm not sure if I'm gonna buy me one of those turbocharged V8s. I'm sure they require some painting.
You mean a Discovery?
No, that's only available in a Range Rover.
In Germany?
I'm slowly becoming ready for a Range Rover, okay?
Really?
Yes.
I thought we are ready for a Toyota.
Yes, we are. The Toyota is the backup car.
Now, if you keep searching for rust on a 17-year-old Land Rover, you're gonna find some. I wish you would just stop it.
Okay, let me make a screenshot here. Okay, this side is not so bad actually. The other side. So we're gonna check out how this looks after we put in the cavity sealant. So this is the instrument we're gonna use to apply this stuff inside the cavities. I have only done this one time before in my life, so you guys always think I'm some sort of a Land Rover expert. No, I'm not. I know how to make a video and make it look like I'm an expert because I work in sales. A lot of stuff you see on our channel we are doing for the first time. I just educate myself by watching YouTube videos from actually smart people, and then I make myself look just as smart as they are. You know, you should really have figured that out by now. So this is the stuff we're going to use. Mercedes-Benz cavity sealant. They issue this for vehicles which develop rust within their warranty period, and then they apply this. So my opinion is what they apply during a warranty period can't be bad for a Land Rover after 17 years.
It looks like something sheep farmers would use to inject vaccine into their sheep's mouth.
So let's try to put this on. Compressor is on.
I didn't turn it off and it was on all night.
So I'm gonna put this in there.
Go slower.
Okay. I think now I'm gonna have to check with my inspection camera.
You're gonna mess up your inspection camera.
I'm gonna be careful with it. It feels like something a sheep doctor would use. You're right. Okay,
Yeah.
I don't want to mess up the camera now.
Yes,
Oh, damn, too late.
And
Nothing.
what? You have to turn it.
One of those nozzles I'm gonna have to maneuver into this corner.
Okay. So we got more power now.
More pressure.
Yes, I know.
I just saw it dripping.
Really? Yeah.
And we try to satisfy all holes.
Ah!
Sprayed it in my face.
So we found one more hole.
See, it's coming out here through the pinch welds. So that's really good. See here? Right there? Right there?
Yeah. It actually smells like peat. Even the bees like it.
The bees like it.
So here you can see a nice even coat. Don't mess it up now.
I'm gonna go and mess it up. But there is definitely a big coating. And you can see how the cavity effect pulls it right into the corner here.
That's good. I'm glad because that means we are done with the restoration. And from now on,
It's gonna go back together. Okay.
and the way Christian and I work, that may take maybe 2 full days.
To prep the body underneath, just to get back into that position where it was when we took it off the frame, is gonna be a day. Remember, we have to put in all the brake lines again, put in all the heat shield covers, and most of these brake line fasteners were so corroded that they just snapped off. So we're gonna have to drill most of them out and put rivet nuts in.
What the?
Then,
I
just
don't
so
want to
you
hear
don't
that.
think it's that easy,
Oh no.
then look at a bolt like this is at least half an hour work for me, okay? We got to drill out this rivet nut and pull in a new one. So this alone, and I know this one, 2 up front, 1 over there, and then probably 10 of these studs which we need for the brake line fastening. Then we're gonna put the frame underneath the body and put it back together. That's what Vera meant. We take about a day for doing that, but then we got another day to fill, align, and tighten bolts.
So you completely destroyed my plans now.
That's 3 days. That's
No,
3
that's
days.
4 days.
That's 3 days, and the car will run. if the engine starts.
Oh
And
my God,
then-
if the engine starts.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
shit.
we need another day to put your equipment back on the car, which is right now on your mall crawler. It's gonna be a day to put everything what is now mounted onto the mall crawler back onto Vera's Discovery. And when that is done,
When we're heading to the Western Alps.
yes, that's right. We're gonna
Yeah.
head to the Western Alps for a shakedown run. And as soon as we come back, this car is gonna get prepped for sale. We're gonna take the masking off now, that's the next step. And then we're gonna take a little film clip from underneath so we can show before and after.
Yeah.
Okay, see you got a film in here.
Yeah.
Look how satisfying this is. Ooh, isn't that nice? And here I told you guys, when I mask cables, see how easy this comes off now? Isn't that beautiful? Here, look, check this out. Oh, this is gonna be so satisfying. Here. It's like a Sarah and Tune video, except without Sarah and Tune.
It's like unwrapping Christmas presents.
Yeah. Oh, look at this. Look how this tunnel looks. The areas where the car wasn't rusted, I masked all of those, okay? I didn't want to paint stuff which didn't rust in 16 years. There would be no sense in doing that.
Yeah.
Okay, look how nice that tunnel looks. Beautiful.
He sprayed something in here by accident.
Water.
Oh, only water.
Here. Come over here.
Oh, nice.
Sarah and tuned. She doesn't use aluminum foil. I never saw her doing that. So you guys learned something from me. You're missing it.
Yeah, because I only see
You
her
have
head.
to go on this side. Very nice. Broken 6mm bolt, and that's an important one. So we're gonna have to drill this out, and this takes time.
Oh, but it looks
Look
so
how
perfect.
nice that coating is, man. That's really
Maybe
good.
we should have done that before all that nice painting. That's it. That's all we have to do. So we're actually not done with the restoration.
Ooh. Okay, let me show you the problem zones of this body. That's what a woman would call it. They are right here. And look how nicely that turned out. There's no more corrosion. This vehicle looks like it was driven in Texas.
That is the problematic zone. Not anything on the frame.
Okay, not the butt.
Cleaning.
I want to make sure the water drains don't clog up here. Okay, this is why I blew this out. Because if we go wading in the next decade, the water gets right in here and it needs to be able to go back out through these openings.
Yeah.
Yes, we can go wading. We're allowed to do that, just not in Germany. If we want to do that in Germany, we would have to dig a trench, get our own water purification facility right next to it, and then we could go back and forth through that water puddle. Mercedes-Benz has that on their test track. That you can go to an off-road park and go wading, and it's tolerated. I told you guys, everything is forbidden in Germany. But it could be worse. It could be like in Switzerland. Over there, nothing was ever allowed.
I actually like physical work.
So I maneuvered my mall crawler into the spot in my property, and I think that's the most off-road it ever did. Where did he crap on my car? I can't believe it. So he thinks he lives here and he owns the property, but he doesn't. I live here and I own the property, and there are about 50,000 Google posts on how to capture one of those.
But none of them successful.
He's also living in our roof. So he tramples around in the roof in the morning and wakes me up.